Hello, my name is Marty Etheirdge, and I'll be presenting the final strategic marketing plan for whatthegov.info. This presentation brings together the research, audience strategy, branding, content development, implementation, and evaluation work completed throughout this consulting project. The goal is to present a clear, practical roadmap for building What the Gov into a trusted, nonpartisan civic education research for the Rio Grande Valley and beyond. I just want to introduce the team. This project was developed by myself and Jackie Hill sitting at lunch one day talking about how people don't know how to file an FOIA. They understand transparency and community engagement, but they don't know how to go from there. So these values became the foundation for the brand and guided every decision throughout the research and planning process, rather than creating another political platform. Our goal was to develop an educational resource that helps residents better understand local government and participate more confidently in their communities. So the client is What the Gov, the podcast, a new civic education podcast focused on local and county government. The concept emerged from a reoccurring challenge observed within the community. Residents wanted to become involved in local government, but struggled to understand topics such as public record requests, city charters, meetings, elections, and ethics complaints. So the mission of What the Gov is to make these topics easier to understand through plain language explanations that are accessible to everyday residents. To better understand the marketplace, a competitive analysis was conducted. Residents currently receive information from Facebook, Nextdoor, local news outlets, city websites, and public meetings. But there's no forum for educating the public about how to use their local resources through their communities. So this creates an opportunity for What the Gov. Rather than competing as a news source or social platform, we occupy a unique position by helping residents understand how government works and why decisions are made. The SWOT analysis was used to evaluate the organization's current position and identify strategic considerations. The strongest advantages include a unique educational focus, a nonpartisan mission, and the ability to explain complex topics in plain language. The primary challenges involve launching a new brand with limited resources and no established audience. However, opportunities such as increasing public interest in transparency and civic engagement suggest strong growth potential. The SWOT analysis confirms that success will depend on building awareness, credibility, and trust within the community. After evaluating the organization's position, specific goals and objectives were established. The business goals focus on successfully launching the platform and creating a sustainable brand. Marketing goals focus on increasing awareness, trust, and encouraging engagement. The objectives provide measurable benchmarks, including audience growth, content production, and community outreach. These goals create a clear framework for evaluating progress and ensuring that market activities support long-term growth. Before making any recommendations, it's important to validate whether a need actually existed for this type of platform. The research plan was designed to identify how residents receive information, how informed they feel, what topics they want explained, and how they prefer to consume content. Both secondary and primary research methods were used. Secondary research provided industry and demographic insights, while primary research collected direct feedback from potential audience members. Together, these methods created a data-driven foundation for strategic decision-making. Secondary research revealed several trends that support the What the Gov concept. Digital platforms continue to dominate info consumption, podcast audiences continue to grow and public interest in transparency remains at an all-time high, especially in the RGV. The research also suggests that government information is often perceived as difficult to understand. These findings indicate that residents are already seeking information online and that there is an opportunity for organizations capable of delivering educational content in a clear and accessible format. The primary research provided direct insights into target audience. Survey results showed that many respondents feel underinformed about local government decisions, despite actively seeking information. Respondents also expressed strong interest in nonpartisan civil education podcasts and identified topics such as budgets, ethics, complaints, and economic development as priority. These findings validate the concept behind the What the Gov Info podcast and provide clear direction for future content development. Using the survey data, a target persona was developed to represent the organization's primary audience. The audience consists largely of civic-minded residents who want to stay informed and participate in community affairs. They value transparency, follow local issues, and actively seek information, but often find the process difficult to understand. Understanding this audience helps ensure that future content, messaging, and communication channels remain aligned with audience needs and expectations. The most important insight from research is that residents are not lacking information. They are lacking understanding. The research consistently showed that people want clear explanations of how government operates and how decisions are made. Based on this finding, the recommendation is to position What the Gov podcast as a trusted educational resource focused on plain language civic education. Content should prioritize the topics identified in the survey while maintaining consistent presence across podcasts, social media, and email channels. The positioning statement defines how What the Gov should perceive within the marketplace. Rather than functioning as a political organization or news outlet, the brand is positioned as a non-partisan civic educational platform. Period. The positioning differentiates the organization from existing information resources and aligns directly with the needs identified through the research. It establishes a clear value proposition centered on accessibility, understanding, and community engagement. The strategy follows 5 steps: catch attention, explain, prove, empower, and repeat. Short-form content creates awareness, while podcasts and explainers provide deeper understanding. Source documents build credibility, and practical resources help residents take the next step. Consistent publishing that encourages repeat engagement and audience growth. The promotional strategy focuses on 2 primary audiences: the civic-minded residents aged 51 and older, and busy digital learners aged 30 to 49. The ADA model guides both groups from awareness to action. Social content attracts attention. Deeper content builds interest. Transparency creates trust, and clear calls to action encourage continued engagement. The What the Gov message is built around 3 principles: explain, prove, empower. That platform explains government in plain language, shows where the information came from, and provides practical resources residents can use. The goal is not to tell people what to think, but to give them enough information to decide for themselves. The content strategy begins with the one well-researched topic and expands it across multiple platforms. The podcast episode can also become YouTube content, short videos, social posts, website materials, storyboards, email content, and downloadable resources. This approach allows What the Gov to produce more value from each research effort. The weekly content cycle creates a consistent publishing schedule. The week begins with a question or a teaser, followed by a short explainer and full podcast. Additional clips, source documents, and weekly email extend the topic through the week and give audiences multiple opportunities to engage. Each topic should follow a consistent workflow from research through optimization. Topics are identified, researched, explained, produced, reviewed, and distributed across all the appropriate platforms. Performance is then measured, so future content can be improved based on actual audience responses. Implementation should happen in stages. The first phase establishes the foundation, followed by consistent publishing and audience growth. Performance data can then be used to improve content and distribution before expanding successful strategies into additional Rio Grande communities. Build the model, repeat the model. Performance should be measured across the entire audience journey. Awareness tracks visibility, interest measures deeper engagement, trust measures returning audiences, action tracks subscriptions and downloads, and advocacy measures sharing and referrals. Together, these metrics will show whether What the Gov is building a lasting audience. Optimization should be the ongoing process of publishing, measuring, learning, and adjusting, and repeating that over and over and over. Headlines, video length, call to action, and content formats can be tested. Audience behavior should guide future decisions and help identify which strategies are most effective before regional expansion. The recommended budget remains intentionally lean during the first launch period. Early spending should prioritize research, content productions, website development, and community reach before increasing into paid advertising. The most important resource is time, since research, production, publishing, and audience engagement all require consistent effort. The final research recommendations were developed using both secondary research and original primary research. These sources provided demographic, audience, civic engagement, and media insights that supported the strategy presented through this project. Thank you for your time and consideration. The research confirms a clear opportunity for What the Gov to become a trusted civic education resource throughout the Rio Grande Valley. This strategy provides a practical path for building awareness, trust, engagement, and long-term growth